Hey everybody, welcome back to EURUSD as well as ES futures. It's been a while. I've been away, had some family things going on, as well as I've been fighting a cold for over a week now. But trying to get back on here to give you guys some notes on what's been going on in the market. I'll just kind of go over what the setups are right now, and what the setups have been for this week, and maybe in another video I can review what has been going on, just because I want to save my voice. Um, so we had a gap up. This is a 45-minute chart. I'm gonna go to 15-minute just so you can see some clear lows. We gapped up on Sunday, right here all the way. We had a 70-point gap up or more, and then we had a big jump at 3 a.m. as well in the London time, and then from there we sold back down to set this low around 345. So that low became relevant a little later. We went up from 58.15 all the way to 58.65, so almost 40 plus points. That 50 points, yes, excuse me. Anyways, long story short, we kind of sold off after that, kind of even flagged if you can see. We undercut 58.15 for a dip in recovery. We had a low here too to use as a failed breakdown, so you want to realistically go long a couple points above. If you want to wait for confirmation, you can wait for this level above to like get taken out if you want to just be a little patient, because we had gapped up so long. Either way, the failed breakdown worked well. From let's say 58.20 up to 58.35 for 15 points plus, came back and retested that level for a second entry, as I mentioned all the time, at which point we ran off again. Now, overnight, what did we do? We set a high around 4 o'clock and then we flagged. You can see the clear flagging, the selling, sideways selling, which is very bullish usually, into this same level that has been very relevant so far this week. You could even have taken a reclaim here. You notice price sold down, tried to push through and reclaim, didn't quite get there, sold back down, tested one more time here at 10:45 yesterday until pushing through at 12:30. So you could have gone long on a reclaim as well here. So two setups, failed breakdown at this level right here with this low, as well as a reclaim. You can see price trying to push through 1, 2, 3, 4 times, fifth time, and sixth time finally pushing through. So you could have gone long somewhere around like 58.39 with a stop loss either here, ideally, because that's about 20 plus points. You don't want to go much more than that. Maybe a smaller position on the reclaim. Then moving forward, like I said, we were bull flagging all the way down from 4 p.m. yesterday into about midnight last night. I was not awake for that. The setup would have been at that point a reclaim, dip in recovery of 58.50, as I had already put overnight, as well as potentially using this low as a reclaim. So a combination of this low as well as a reclaim. And lo and behold, that's exactly what we got. We came back to that price around 6 a.m., consolidated below, poked through a few times. I would say the trigger probably was around 6:45 to have your eyes really open, see the reaction, see if you can go above and hold. It did not, but then right after it pushed through again, around 7 o'clock to 7:15. So one could have gone long here with the stop loss below these lows, and that worked out great. So right now in ES, we are very much overextended. Setups are a little bit scarce. The first setup I will look for is a failed breakdown of this low that was set overnight. Maybe tag 58.24 and then reclaim, or even go as low as 58.16 and then reclaim. Otherwise, and I'm going to take this DNR now since that's already been used and abused. Another setup I would look for is a failed breakdown of this low, maybe tags 57.96 and then reclaim above. Go along around 58.15 if you want. That's the two setups I see. So failed breakdown of this area with a tag of this, or a failed breakdown of this area with a tag around this. Now it doesn't have to get as low, but the lower it gets and this, if it bounces right back up, honestly that would be more bullish than just going a little bit below and kind of being murky. So that's ES for today and what happened yesterday. Let's go to Euro USD now. Currently in a long here, so again, I'm going to do some reviews on what's been going on in the market after, but right now I want to just focus on some setups that were available since Sunday open. Um, right off the bat, we did have a failed breakdown on Sunday. Um, one can see this low was set at Thursday 10 p.m. and then we went from about 1200 all the way to like 1290, so a 90-point bounce. So clearly a really quality low. From there, we came back down and sold right at the open at 5 p.m. and bounced immediately off this level. That was a great setup that worked out well, after which we lost that level overnight tremendously. But we'll get into more details about that later this week, hopefully when I feel better. From there, we had this bounce around 4 a.m. Obviously, I was sleeping. That would have been a dip in recovery, how we dipped below, closed right at the level. I'd wait for a push up, and we got the push up. Maybe you can go long around 1098 with a stop loss at 1082, about 16 points, and you're trying to get from 1098 up to 1112, which is about 14 points. So a decent risk reward there as well, and then chance for more, which we did end up getting. However, I was asleep, so I got the setup I wanted when I woke up around 6 o'clock. We lost the slow. We triggered a failed breakdown initially at 6:45, which piqued my interest, and then eventually we got a push off the exact level that was already there. And I went long around 1086 ish. Got about 10 points, took most of my long off of here, which kept on working. Eventually, that trailed out around 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then we got a perfect setup here because we got an exact bounce off this macro level, which was very bullish. We sold into it from 1134, so almost 70 points, 65 points. We sold into it without a significant bounce. So at that point, you're looking for some type of bounce. We had a low to work with, so you want to go long a couple points above, so like 1075 is a safe bet, with the target of this upper area right here where we broke down from around, and that worked out great. One could have also just gone long directly, but with the low right here, it's just probably easier to do that. So again, around 1074, 1075, you could have taken a quick 5 points right here if you wanted, from here to here, and then hold for more. Just depends on your risk reward and what you thought was going to happen. From there, I had a reclaim of this level I set up last night around 4 o'clock. We consolidated around there for a while until we pushed through at 7:30, which triggered the reclaim, where I added to my position a little bit, just because I don't want my setups to be reclaimed as much as I would prefer failed breakdowns. This is the better setup. This is the harder setup, especially overnight. You gotta be careful for a fake out and then a sell and potentially a failed breakdown of this, which is what we really want. Anyways, I added back to my position a little bit. That worked out great overnight. 10:15, was able to take some profits, direct tag. After that, it was a reclaim with the level above as well. One can see we try to like test it from below, sold off there. We tested it here at 10 o'clock. We pushed through and triggered around 11:45. I'd be sleeping. If you ended up taking this trade, your stop loss could have been below these lows or even this low right here. That worked out level to level. However, again, I was sleeping, did not take it. Then when I woke up, I noticed we were pretty much flagging and consolidating around this level, bullish to me. We saw a couple times we pushed through and slow back down, but we kept on going back to that level. So at 7:15, I noticed we came right back to it. I saw that I had a low to work with, so I'm like, okay, if we can push through and stay above, I would like to long. So it's 8 o'clock, we pushed through, slowed back down a little bit. 8:15, we started pushing back up, so I went long here, added to my position, and then that worked out pretty great. Right now, I'm looking for this level to backtest right here. I'm going to go to a 45-minute chart to clean this up a little bit. I think that this will be the first backtest. I think we should get a little bit of a sell here. If not, that doesn't matter to me now. I have a position already. And besides that, there are not really any other setups. I'm going to go back to 15 real quick. Just want to mention. So you can see here as well, this was a reclaim level too. And the reason was, after we sold, we came back and tried to push through, and that was a place where we sold back down. We tried again here yesterday morning a couple times, and it didn't work out. We sold back down, set up another failed breakdown, this is why reclaims are difficult to trade sometimes. We want to wait for the failed breakdowns. This is just classic manipulation. So to me now, this was another reclaim level. Clearly it worked. You see how we triggered here at 9 o'clock, pushed through, came back down, and then 9:15 we sold below and then started pushing back up. So my guess is this looks pretty bullish right now to go back up, test this level, and maybe come back here, test this right here as well. And the reason why this is a back test, you can see this is a back test, this is where we sold from, and then the second back test here, this is where we sold from as well. After Sunday rip, we came down. There's two bounces here from Thursday as well. If you go back a little bit, right here, second one here, and then we sold down from there. So I think this will be for sure back tested before the next move, whether that's more downward action or if we go back up.